Hello everyone, and welcome to another one of my favourite G-Rank mixed armour sets. This time we're looking at a set that should help maximise our reward gaining potential, and I've named this one Fortuna, after the Roman goddess of luck. First off, we'll take a look at the aesthetic side of things. After that, I'll go through the armour pieces, explaining the skills will follow that, and lastly we'll have a look at the decorations and talisman I needed to make the set work. After that, we'll touch on the talisman and gemming strategy in order to reproduce this set for yourself. Alright, well, let's go over to the box and do a little bit of a spin. Get the camera mode, and there we are. Okay, so here's the set in all its splendour. Honestly, you'd tend to hesitate to call it a mixed set, but owing to the helmet up here, which is the black belt head, which I needed in order to get all the skills that were required for this set. So we did have to take one little liberty there, but as you can see, the rest of this is from Gold Rathian. This is the Golden Loon series of armour, and this became available with that monster in the July DLC for Monster Hunter for you. Alright, so not a bad looking set really, especially when used with this nice golden relic Nagakuga horn, which I might go through a little bit later as well. But let's go through the statistics and the skills here. Alright, we'll just have a bit of a peek over at our resistances. We've got 10 resistance to fire, negative 14 to water, negative 26 to thunder resistance, which is quite a lot, but as we'll see soon, we've actually taken that down from negative 46. We've also got 2 to ice resistance and 18 to dragon res, but the most interesting part here is the active skills that we've got. So we've got Miraculous Luck, Capture God, Divine Blessing, Partbreaker, and Capture Guru. Alright, we'll flip over to the table and let's go through the nitty gritty of all the skills that we've got here. So first up, as you can see, we've got 20 points to Fate, which is the maximum for this skill, giving us Miraculous Luck. Now, there is a lottery rate system for obtaining reward items. This is expressed as a fraction of 22/32 when no Fate skills are used. With Miraculous Luck though, this fraction jumps to 31/32. Now, there is no such thing as an armor skill that affects the drop percentage value for any one drop. Say there is a 2% to get a Zenoga Sky Emerald as capture reward. There is no skill that will change that percentage value from 2% to 3% as an example there. However, with the Fate skills, you are putting yourself in a better position to get more rewards. So if you think of each reward as an individual entry into a lottery, you should be able to see that you are better off in the long run when farming for both rare and not so rare rewards. You are able to play more games or have more entries into the lottery, if I'm to use the analogy. I hope that makes sense to you. Up next, we've got 20 points to Tranquilizer, giving us Capture God. With Capture God, you maximize the number of capture rewards you receive, which is 4. Now, lower levels of this skill include Capture Master and Capture Expert. Capture Expert will provide you with 3 capture rewards guaranteed, whereas Capture Master will give you a 50-50 chance to get 3 or 4 rewards. Without any points to Tranquilizer, you get 2 to 3 capture rewards. But Capture God is so good because often you'll be farming for stuff that is much easier to get as a capture reward, and to always receive 4 rewards is really, really nice. Up next, we've got 10 points to Protection, giving us Divine Blessing. This will give you a 25% chance to receive 30% less damage. Divine Blessing is the one and only positive skill you can get out of this, so you get maximum of 10 points to this skill. This is really cool as Divine Blessing also plays really nicely to the name and theme of this set. the goddess Fortuna will smile down upon us, not only for reward gains, but to protect us from damage. That's how I like to think of it. I think that's rather cute. Pretty cool. Up next, we've got 10 points to Destroyer, giving us the active skill Partbreaker. This is another skill that maxes out at 10 points. Now, with Partbreaker, attacks to breakable parts are 30% more effective. This means the integrity points for the part being damaged lower at 1.3 times the normal rate. This skill, however, has no effect on decreasing the monster's overall HP. This skill also fits extremely well with the theme and purpose of this set, as we'll be more efficient at breaking parts for our part rewards, so woohoo, love it. And lastly, we've got Perception, 10 points to that, which is the maximum, giving us Capture Guru. With this skill, you are alerted to when a monster becomes able to be captured via its paint icon on your map flashing white. And that's obviously something that we'd want in this set, as we've got Tranquilizer here, and we always want to be gunning for capturing the monsters to really maximize our reward gaining potential. So that's the whole reason for this set of skills that we've got in Fortuna. Now, this set comes with so many advantages, as you can see, but the downside is that we do not have any offensive armor skills with this. But that's okay, because this is a farming set, and obviously you want to farm with friends online, so that can take some of the pressure off you to be the super duper attacking guy. But however, what I've chosen to do with this set to keep me pretty effective is to go and use a hunting horn with it. What you can see here, this is a Nagakuga relic. I'll just bring it up as I promised I would before. It's called a Hidden Harmonic. And this Nagakuga relic will give me attack up, and it'll also give me the anti-deflection buff. So these skills, amongst other skills or buffs which I can get from this weapon, really ensures that my life doesn't suck when using this set in battle. What else do we have? We do have high grade earplugs on this as well. Yeah, hearing protection. So I've actually used it numerous times versus Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos when farming with friends, and I buff everyone's attacks, and I also give people high grade earplugs, and I make sure that I'm not bouncing with my anti-deflection bonus. So Hunting Horn comes highly recommended as an accompaniment to this set, owing to the lack of some of attack skills such as sharpness +1. So that's my personal recommendation there. Okay, so in this section of the video I'm going to go through how I've personally gemmed to get all these skills out, and which talisman I have available to me to make this set work. Once I've gone through this really briefly, we'll then go through possible gemming strategies to make it work for you. We will touch on how many slots you will need in the weapon, which talismans you can use, and whether they will require slots in them. But as you can see, we've used every single slot available to us except for one in the weapon here. So if you've got the same talisman as I do, you'll only require a 2-slot weapon. But here we go, without further ado. The 2 slots have been used up in the Hunting Horn. One is a Thunder Resistance Jewel to take us down from -10 to -8 to Thunder Resistance, so we don't have that negative Thunder additional value applied to us. We are now at -8, so we don't get the negative effect. We've also got a Perception Jewel in there. There's no jewels here because this is the torso up piece. They all have no slots, torso up armor pieces. In the chest we've got 2 Perception Jewel 1s. In the arm we've got a Tranquilizer Jewel, a single slot. In the waist we've got a triple slotted Fate Jewel giving us 4 points. In the Loon Greaves here we've got a single slot Capture Jewel, and as you can see there's no slots on my talisman. Okay, so now we're going to go through the Talisman and Gemming strategy in order to get the suite of skills that I have for the Fortuna set. Now, as you saw, I had a 0-slot Talisman, but I had 7 points to Tranquilizer. We need a Tranquilizer Talisman. Now, I'd want you ideally to get a Tranquilizer Talisman with anywhere from 5 to 7 points. And we've got a table here showing you the point ranges that you can get for Tranquilizer on Talismans and from which Talismans they will come. So as you can see, the ideal 7 is going to be available both through Graven, Enduring and Distorted charms. Distorted and Graven charms are gotten from guild quests, whereas Enduring can be gotten in G rank from rewards or from mining and stuff like that. However, the best, most efficient way to get it will be from your Graven charms, so your high level guild quests. So keep that in mind. If you're using a Talisman with 5 points to Tranquilizer, you're going to require a 3-slotted charm and 3-slotted weapon. The reason is to make up those 2 points to get your 7 points to Tranquilizer here. You're going to have 2 single-slotted capture jewels. Unfortunately, these jewels come with -1 to fate, which takes our Miraculous Luck away, it chips it away. So you're going to have to replace those points with other single-slotted fate jewels. Luckily, those fate jewels don't have any negative effects to the other skills on the set. So if you've got 5 points, you got to make it up to 7 with 2 single-slotted Tranquilizer gems. And then you're going to have to balance out the fate that you've lost with another 2 fate gems. For the 6-point Talisman, you require at least 2 slots if you're using a 2-slot weapon. Or you can make it up with a 1-slot Talisman if you're using a 3-slot weapon. Again, we're balancing that fate that will get knocked back by 1 from putting a 1-point capture jewel in. If you're like me and you're lucky enough to get 7 points into the Talisman, you will not require any slots in the Talisman, providing you're using a weapon with at least 2 slots. Okay, so that's going to be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching as always. I've been RisingFunGaming, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now.